All right. Let me see. There we go. Hi, my name is Jarcary, and I'm here with my dad. On December, what's this? The 5th.
December 5th.
Yeah, December 5th, 2025. And
December 6th.
oh, December 6th, yeah, 2025. And we are recording this interview in Indiana, Illinois, inside of, what's this place called?
Bagger's Pizza.
Yeah, Beggar's Pizza. So, first, number one question. How is life going right now for you?
For me?
Yeah.
Oh, I would say it's amazing.
Why you say that?
Amazing because for one, there's nothing that you know that anything I don't want to strive for more than family. You know, and that's more important to me.
Right.
You know, so there's nothing more important than family, not material, not nothing. And so that's what drives me every single day, to be able to pour into y'all and love y'all each and every single day. Because that's what I created. You know what I mean? And that's one of my biggest accomplishments. You know, so life is great, I would say.
That's good. Okay. If you could go back in time when I was born and had the second chance as a new parent, what would you change about how you raised me, or what would you change about our relationship being built?
Well, it's still currently being built,
Right.
but I wouldn't change anything because I think that
From when I was born?
no, I wouldn't change anything because that's what grew me up and made me the man that I am today. Although I might have jumped out the porch quite a bit earlier, but I don't regret that. You know what I mean? And God don't put things on you and don't put a task on you, although, you know, it was a decision that I had to make as well, but God don't put nothing on you that you can't handle. You know what I mean?
Right. God has a plan.
There you go.
Right. So,
Nothing is impossible. As long as you put your mind to it.
right. When you were around my age in high school, what year was it? And if you remember, and what were you doing around that time with your life?
At 16, being a kid, man. No responsibilities, no bills, none of that. Just being a kid, you know what I mean? And that's all you really can do. You know, you don't want to rush life. You want to embrace those years, being able to, you know, make mistakes and you know, get back up and keep moving forward. You know what I mean? But that's the great thing about being a kid. It's like there's no pressure. You know, you shouldn't have pressure. I didn't feel the pressure. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
More than anything, just being a kid, man. You know, being a kid for us was way, way different from what y'all doing now. We didn't have technology, so us being a kid was like being outside, actually doing things, activities and stuff like that. And we was able to really embrace friendships and stuff like that. So it's a lot different now that you got technology, and you know, we actually had social skills back then. Nowadays, people communicate through text and not really being verbal and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
and that's the difference between when I was 16 and you being 16 nowadays.
You remember what year you was 16?
What year? More than likely, it's probably I was 18 in 2009, going on 19, and that means 3 years before that, 2006. Like the beginning of 2006.
Okay. How was your high school experience from 1 to 10? And what made high school the best for you or fun?
Fun.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would classify it as fun, but it was cool. You know what I mean? It was a little different. But especially, coming in as a freshman and stuff, that's a little different. You new and then you gotta deal with the seniors and stuff. People who gonna try you and stuff
That's
like that.
exactly what they do today.
And they're gonna, because they basically just trying to see who you are, test you. And some people are just plain outright bullies. And sometimes you gotta set them straight. And you don't have to always be physical, but in some cases it get to that. You know what I mean? And you carry yourself a certain way with respect. And so, yeah, hopefully that, answer the question.
What would you rate your high school experience from 1 to 10? From freshman to senior?
I would say 8. I actually had to set a person straight, man. At least like one time, one good time I had to set a person straight. And they just kept going and kept going and kept picking and kept picking. You know what I mean? Just saying little things like that, man. And, he said something, and my grandma had, at that time, she had just passed that same year. And he said, so for whatever reason, it's almost like he knew the button to press at that time. And he said that, and then I just completely destroyed him. Completely. Not that I wanted to do that, but that was kind of my reaction. And fortunately enough for you, you got me to be able to teach you how to control yourself, that you don't have to respond with physical force for every single situation. You know what I mean? Me personally, I didn't have that. You know what I mean? So I had to learn a lot of things a little bit different. You know what I mean? So I have to go. But yeah, overall, I mean, after that, nobody in high school since then, it just set an example from that point on. For whatever reason, but that just kind of how it went. And ever since then, it was just smooth sailing, man.
That's good. You said it.
Because the thing is, dudes, they wanna test and see what you're made of. And if they can keep picking it, they will. Because they won't stop until you do something. Like I said, you don't have to get violent and everything like that. But like I said, in some cases, you just might have to put a knot on the motherfucker head. You know what I mean? You just might have to.
Yeah.
And that is going to send a message to the rest of the people out there. You know what I mean? You'll be like, hey, you seen what he did to Westbrook. You know what I mean? So that's just kind of how it goes. So.
Yeah. So, when you was a youngin', what did you want to be when you grew up? Like, what did you want to do with your life when you was little, around like 10?
I gotta pick up 10. Yeah, I'll be honest with you, man. I didn't have a clear vision of what I wanted to do until I was probably like 17, man. Once I done 17, I'm like, now I want to be an officer. You know what I mean? But when I was, like I said, when I was early on, 9, 10, I'm just being a kid. Right. You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't thinking about, I want to be this way, bro. Like, it wasn't that type of, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So,
I was thinking about that too, like being a police officer.
Yeah.
Like for a career, but I want to be different. Go to the MLB.
And my mom, man, at the time, she steered me away from that. She made me see something pretty clear. She's like, you sure you want to be going after violence every single day? To possibly not come home, you know what I mean?
Scary and traumatizing.
You know what I mean? So yeah, it's that for me It's what kind of made me really think, like, damn, I don't want to do that every single day. You know what I mean?
Right.
'Cause even though you want to protect and serve and kind of serve in the community, but you gotta make sure that you really tapped in to want to do something like that.
Right.
This is a life and death every single day that you go out. You never know what car or just simply pulling the person over. You don't know who you pull. You think it might be just a regular traffic stop, right?
Right.
What they go through is very, very dangerous because, okay, let me run your ID and all this stuff. The whole time, the person that's driving is a felon. Or they got a warrant.
Right.
And then, exactly, as an officer, it happens every day.
They get scared.
Right, because you don't know. You just simply pulling the person over.
Exactly.
You know how many times that happened to officers that not here today?
I know. I was actually just seeing some videos like that.
Yeah.
It's kind of sad.
Yeah, it is. But you know, you gotta give them, you know, I salute to the ones who put themselves in a mindset like that to take a chance like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's very dangerous.
At what age did you mature, and was there anything specific you realized and that stood out to you?
When it is that I'm mature, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I think I was mature way beyond my years. Cause I used to talk to, me personally, I always used to hang out with older people because I felt like I was just gravitate to their wisdom, and because they were so advanced to me, I would gravitate to their wisdom and the things that they were talking about, and it was just so interesting to me. So I think because of the knowledge that I gained from them, that's what made me mature a lot younger. And plus my own wisdom. You know what I mean? My own wisdom. Because you got wisdom as well, so that kind of like what that does. You know?
Is there any funny stories of me about me as a child that you never told me about?
Yeah, I never told you about. Man, you really, that's a right there. I have literally. Let's see. Yeah, you know what? It was fun, but it was actually dangerous too.
Yeah, my mama has a story like that too.
You said what?
My mama had a story like that too.
Yeah, and it was your 5th birthday. Your 5th birthday.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, I got you a 4-wheeler.
Correct. I remember
that. Going up because this is what I wanted you to have. You know what I mean? And so we got on it. I don't know why I thought to put you on it by yourself to operate this thing at 5 years old.
Was it Mocha on it with me
No,
too?
it was just you by yourself. And although nothing didn't happen, like you didn't get hurt or anything, for whatever reason, we thought you was just gonna be okay and you was gonna be well. You literally took off full speed and ran right into the light pole. That I still can't get over that one today, to this day. You know what I mean? So that I would say half the time, most of the stories.
I thought it was a bush. For some reason, I thought it was. I remember me running.
That was a
into
light pole. I still got the video.
You got the video?
It's on my laptop. It's definitely, it's on my laptop.
I want to see that. Shell 5, right?
Yeah, it was 5.
I still got that vest with the Ninja Turtle things on it. Like, it was customized. And it was like a little, almost like a varsity jacket. I still got it in my closet.
Oh, yeah. It's like got the leather.
I wish I could still feel it.
That was funny. Cause you know what? I had one that had like camouflage on the sleeves. And it was leather on there. But I think, I don't know if you had that. You know, I had to go back into my laptop to check out those photos because I got everything on there. I got a memory card, well, not a memory card, but USB. They got everything on there. All the pictures.
No, that was my twin. That's my twin that she did here. What's her?
So, but yeah, man,
I had tried to send her
that had to be one of the
$70. She
funniest
paid me $50.
because everybody was
And
watching.
then I told her to send 20 to them.
And for whatever reason, they just let me do that. You know, because it's like my son.
Yeah.
You know, but it happened though.
No, tell her to look at her cash app.
When you was growing up with grandma and it was just only you and grandma, you didn't have a dad figure for real. How was you and her relationship?
Oh, okay, yeah, you did say you come from somewhere else there, but you know.
It was pretty good for the most part. I'm gonna be honest, just totally honest. For the most part, it was pretty good. She definitely took care of us the best way she knew how, as a woman. You know, because women are not really designed to do this thing called life with children by themselves. It's not what they do.
Hey, I had a call in.
And so she did the best that she could. And as I grew up and realized that there was a lot of, it was a lot of voids that wasn't filled because the man wasn't present.
I'm gonna lock the car right now.
And so, because of that,
You said what?
I can't fault her for the stuff that she knew. You know what I mean? Because she only knew what she knew.
Right.
You know, so. But yeah,
Oh,
overall,
that was yesterday.
it was
That's what
pretty
you
good.
That's good. If you feel comfortable with talking about it,
Yeah.
what age did Grandpa leave and when did he what age did he come back? And are you able to tell me what happened with him?
What happened? I learned very early on. I met him at 12. At 12.
Like the first time you meeting him?
As far as I can remember, yeah. I met him I went over to his house at 12. And it was cool, you know what I mean? And, but as I got older, it wasn't what I imagined it to be. Because I started to learn, what a real father figure, the male figure, should do and pour into their child. I learned early on, 18, 19, he wasn't really somebody I would aspire to be, but I appreciate for what he, he brought me here, so.
All right.
So I still love him, and that's that. But he didn't know what he didn't know because of what he didn't learn as a child, you know what I mean? Or as his father grew up. Who knows if he had his father in his life? So he can only teach me the information that he knows. You understand what I'm saying? So I didn't blame him oh man, you should have did this or you should have did that. No, because they don't know. Same thing with my mom. See, they come from a different generation, and because they your parents, don't mean they know everything. So you can't charge it to their heart. You know what I mean? You gotta extend grace. I don't know everything, but I'm learning as the generations, as the time go on, as I get older. You know what I mean? And the things you learn, you gain more wisdom, you gain more knowledge, more information, and you're able to just thrive in life with that. You know what I mean? But overall, I would say he did the very level best that he can do with the information that he knew how. So, but yeah, that's about it.
I didn't expect that. I thought you met him later in your life.
Nah, man,
He was pretty young.
Yeah,
I'm glad he didn't
13.
do that.
Yeah.
No, you said that. What keeps you going in life? What is your reason to be living today?
To keep going.
Yeah.
Well, I would say for one, my purpose is to love people, to provide a service to the world, to society, to be able to pour into people whenever I get that opportunity to. And y'all, man, y'all drive me every single day. Anything outside of that, unless I had a group of men that I was pouring into and a motivational speaker, that'd be something totally different as far as my purpose. But y'all become a part of my purpose, to be able to pour into y'all. And also, when I have random interactions with young men, I take that opportunity to pour into them and guide them in a way, you know what I mean? But is that something that I want to take on as a profession? I never geared towards that, but anytime I do have the opportunity, yeah, I definitely have a conversation with a young man and tell him, man, listen, go this way instead of that way, you know what I mean? And so that's what keeps me going every single day. And most people don't have something that keeps them going every single day. And the number one thing is, man, is y'all, you know, and life. Life is beautiful, you know what I mean? Life is very beautiful.
I heard something from the Bible. It said, life is a gift. That's why it's called the present. Get it? Like present.
Yeah, because every day is the present. And so with that, you know, you gotta take it with it. Yeah, value it most definitely, and don't, you know, be too hard on yourself for not accomplishing certain things in your present life, because, you know, everything ain't gonna just happen for everybody like you want it to. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Say it again.
None. I'm over the time, but this has been a great conversation.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be only 10 minutes. We've been going for 20 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, dude, this thing can go for hours, man. I mean, we roll off the questions and, you know, I answer them to the best of my ability. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Thank you, though, for answering these questions. Honestly.
Well, let me ask you, what inspired you to create those questions? Like, how did you get to that? What was the thing that came into your mind to where you was like, you know what, I'm gonna create these and I want to ask my dad this?
Because I really don't talk to you a lot, and you're not like really like 100% in my life for real, and I want to know more about you and what you've been through and why like you are how you are, and I never really asked that before, and it just popped up in my head, and I want to like get to know you like more deeper from your past.